Hi, hello everyone. I'm Wah. I was like, I forget that I pushed start broadcast. You know what I'm saying? I just forgot in that moment. So if you are hashtag replay gang, please just check the description box right now to see when this recap actually starts. You know, I like to give the girlies a little time to get into the room. If you are coming into the room, give me a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up so people can see it. I know everybody doesn't have all the time in the day to talk about all of the things, but let's just wait for more folks to get into the room. I have that song now and all around the world, ay, in my head. All right, there's nothing to do. Let's just see. What if we put this up? While we wait for the girlies to enter the room. I just had to get that out of my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I had to get it off my spirit. And I can't put it on, otherwise my monetization will go away. But anyways, you guys know the song. All right, let's get started. Let's get everything prepared. We've got our pictures loaded. We're totally ready to go this time. So we're really proud of ourselves. And here we go. At 6:45. Ready? And hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Oh, welcome to my recap of RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 15, Episode 3, All Queens Go to Heaven. A play on my favorite movie, or one of my favorite cartoons growing up, is All Dogs Go to Heaven. My name is Wah. If you're new to my channel, I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiancé, Love After Lockup, Love is Blind, MILF Manor. So it's very new and different for me to do RuPaul's Drag Race. It's not a relationship reality show, but it is a reality show. It's a competition reality show, which I do love, such as Alone, RuPaul's Drag Race, Amazing Race, stuff like that. I don't watch Amazing Race. I've only watched it twice, but it was good what I did watch. So this is very near and dear to my heart, and I normally would protect RuPaul's Drag Race to not have to finally watch some TV that I don't have to take notes on. But I wanted to talk to you about it because I got a lot of input because I've been watching it since the very beginning. When I tell you I've been watching it since the very beginning, when it was on Logo, I watched it since season 1. I have watched it since season 1. So I feel that I should have this conversation with you. All right, we got our pictures ready to go. So if you guys want to, please don't forget to share this video with anybody on social media. If you would like to give this video a thumbs up, I would be absolutely appreciative. If you'd like to drop your girl a little tip right here, you know what I'm saying? Super chats are disabled, but you can give me a thank you. Or you could just, cash at me, Venmo me, do what you got to do. All right. So we first off, where this is after the lip sync, and Amethyst says that it was her decision to break it off with Robin. Now, this is a little backstage tea that her and Robin had dated at some point in their history. And frankly, I don't care, I didn't care one bit. I didn't care not one single bit about the fact that they had actually dated. And so then Sugar was, give us the tea. So look it up, what happened? And basically, Robin said that Amethyst is not very good at responding to text messages and she's busy. So they just decided that they were going to amicably, not be together anymore. And that's the way it happens. Then we have a little moment where Lucy DeLuca talks about how she did not agree that she should have been in the bottom. She did agree that Anitra should have won, but she felt like there were people who were worse than her. And I would agree. I think that Aura should have been in the bottom instead of Lucy. Now, I know Lucy did a bad job, but not because what she was trying to do or she was terrible at what she was trying to do. I think she just started off key, and that's what happens when you try to sing live. So everyone is taking off their wigs, and producers or whoever edit this is like the first time I have ever seen so many people taking off their wigs complaining about it. And I was like, oh my God, like the idea of removing duct tape. I think Jack said, there go my edges. And I'm like, yeah. The idea that these folks have to get in this drag like once a week, and some folks do it more, but I imagine the people who do it the most probably don't duct tape every single time because they ain't planning on doing flips on the stage and they're like, my hair can stay on, but it looked like it hurt. So then we have the next episode. Everybody's walking in the room, and they don't even have that moment where they talk a little bit of ish before Rue gets there. It goes straight to Rue being there, right? They run over and we talk about the maxi challenge. So this is a big maxi challenge. I feel like they're giving the big maxi challenges and the big things that weed people out very early on, and I actually like that strategy. I want to get rid of the people who can't hang as opposed to getting rid of people. I don't know. I like this strategy because next episode they're going to do Snatch Game, right? Snatch Game normally happens when there's 6 people left. No, maybe 7, right? Because there's usually 4. No, there's usually 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom. It's halfway through. So if you have a cast of 15, it should be at 6. So anywho, You remember those times when there used to be double eliminations and it was like so shocking? So, anyways, Anitra gets to pick because she won, and then Amethyst gets to pick because she lost, and then the rest of the people get to go together. Now, I loved this strategy because I hate how this form of picking always leaves somebody feeling some kind of way. Now, I don't know if this is producers making it seem like they're all hurt because they didn't get picked, but you're fine if you didn't get picked. You're fine. You're not, that doesn't mean you're bad. You guys are all good. They just didn't think of to put you on their team immediately. So Anitra picks Lux first, and she gets to pick them in a row. It's not like she goes back and forth between Amethyst. She gets to pick everybody she wants in a row, and I loved it. So she picks Lux, Sasha, and Estides because she felt like they would have good chemistry together. And I was a little worried about her choice with Estides because I don't think Estides, she gets on my nerves, you know? She does. But she does have a big personality. So if you did pick her on your team, you know that she would have something to say and that she would try to make it funny. But you run the risk of having her try to mow everybody down. So it's really up and down. And they don't come from the same place. So I don't know if they know each other. You know what I'm saying? So Amethyst then picks Lucy, Aura, Spice, and Poppy, which I understood why she picked Poppy, but I said, why didn't she pick Jax? Jax did well last episode. And it's interesting that she tried to split up Sugar and Spice, which if you're doing a like comedy improv thing, why wouldn't you want the two people who do the most improvised back and forth chitty chattering that you could get and like sell them as a package deal? Like they are stronger together. They're like a Power Ranger group or like Captain Planet. You know what I'm saying? Like they do really well together. And maybe it was to kind of like shake things up to see if they could sink or swim. But to have them together on one team might work in your benefit. And so why not just give it a try? So then the ones that were left over were Mistress, Jax, Sugar, Malaysia, and Robin. And I really feel like we could have swapped out Jax and Sugar and put Aura in there and put either Estides or Poppy. Well, not Estides, Poppy, because like, oh, you want to think about who popped last episode, and it definitely wasn't Poppy girl. I don't even remember what she did, right? Anywho, so Sugar really feels underappreciated in her group, and she almost like starts to cry. And Spice is over there looking at her like, "Girl, calm down." And she's like, "Nobody's listening to my ideas." And I get it. I get why they weren't listening to her ideas. And Jax was really frustrated. I think that I understood where Jax was coming from in this moment. That a lot of times I will often take over when I feel like the people who want to be in charge are going to lead us to hell. Like, no, if I'm not trusting in what you're doing, and if you guys are just like throwing ideas all over the place and not being clear and like being kind of like all over the place, did I just say that? Yeah, I did. Oh my God, did I just have a Lux London moment? I did. I think people need to really wear hats more. I mean, because I feel like hats are really underrated. I mean, well, I don't know if people wear hats. Also, I really like color. You know, I think people really should be wearing color because you know what? I really like color. Did I just say that? Maybe the hateration in my dancery is because I see a lot of myself in her. Read. Anywho, so the team that are the ones that are Mistress Jack, Sugar, and Malaysia and Robin refer to themselves as the leftovers. And I said, that is a negative way to enter this. Like, don't do that. So then they go in, and Michelle Visage is their director. So, you know, they've done all their fighting in the workroom, and now it's time to get the work to Galvahante. And the challenge is to create an infomercial for your for a queer heaven, right? So what does queer heaven look like? And you know, basically we want to highlight all the things that are represented in queer culture and create a heaven and whatever that would look like. So Team Anitra goes first, and Sasha, the way the producer set it up, or at least the way the editor set it up, was that we didn't know who did well, right? So Sasha's in the same group as Titties, and we have a lot of shots of her not doing it correctly and getting notes from Michelle, and Michelle not laughing at all, right? So we don't know what happened. And then we have the next group that goes, and I think it's Team Leftovers. That's what they refer to themselves as. I'm saying. So then we've got Mistress, who's like taking a step back, because I don't know, like Mistress seems like she would want to take a charge of things, but she's really trying to take a step back, and I don't know what the strategy is. I'm worried about her, but you know. And so they go through, and Michelle has to like give notes, and it doesn't seem like anybody's laughing. She, whenever they question anything, like, so you're having a mimosa in a mimosa, and they're like, yeah. And she's like, okay. So she didn't think that was a strong choice. Who was that? Was that the right group I'm talking about? No. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm skipping. Let's go to Team Amethyst. So Team Amethyst is the one that has Lucy DeLuca, who's like, okay, we have to make Dolly Parton God. And which was a great choice to make. And then we've got the scene where Lucy is going into an even higher register and doing the voiceover for Amethyst, who's on her knees in front of one of the pit crew, like poking her head out. And, Michelle Visage wants her to go, are you funny? Do you like balls? And Amethyst is like, no, girl, this is the funny. I don't know. Anywho, I mean, I do know, and that's right. I'm correct. So Amethyst is not doing it. Michelle is not laughing at all. There's like a whole gag with a banana girl. We don't care, right? And then we go to the next group, which is Jax's group, and Sugar has taken over. She's like, people aren't saying their lines, people aren't acting funny, so I'm just going to try to keep the motion going, and I'm going to still the scene. And I said, you know what? You should. So what their ideal heaven was it's heaven for you as a fan, but it's hell to them as drag queens. And I was like, but that wasn't the assignment. The assignment was to do an infomercial for the ideal queer heaven. It is not do an infomercial for queers and then how drag queens hate meet and greets. They hate like performing over and over again. Like it wasn't that at all. And I was like, okay, bad choice. So Lucy was smart to show her strengths as Dolly. That's how you make up for being low last week. Absolutely. Hi, Brittany. Welcome. And then I like Dolly's choice, Brittany too. I like the Dolly choice to Brittany. Oh, I see what's happening. You're responding to Brittany, who is Brittany Miles. Great. For a minute there, I was like, wait, she wore the Britney outfit last episode, Anywho, so they did really, I feel like not Amethyst, but Anitra's group obviously did really well. And they really loved Lux's performance as the therapist. I guess there's still hateration in my dancery, guys. I don't know what to tell you. So I really want Jax to blend her makeup more. There is something in the way that Jax does her makeup that gives off boy. It gives off man. And she ain't nothing but 5'2". It is the same way I felt about Georges. Like there was still well, no, not Georges. Who was it? There's still, I don't know, there's something that still gives off man. There, maybe in here it's like maybe she needs to contour in a certain way that like takes away. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just don't like the makeup. I don't like it. Blend more something, highlight, shadow, something. Fix it. So Amethyst can tell that Michelle is not happy because she's not laughing as much. And Malaysia, then we have a scene where they're in the workroom. They've already filmed everything, and now they're getting ready for their runway show, which is like Metallica. That's the theme. And Malaysia has a whole conversation with everyone. At this point, it's like obligatory where they talk about their coming out and their experience with their families and how Drag Race has changed their lives and how they've had to like come to terms with it. And I'm not trying to downplay it and say that it's not like a valid and interesting point of view. It's just been done every single season, So we find out that Malaysia was like a crazy church boy and that was really hard. And when she came out, her family was super accepting. And I said, oh, I am so happy for you. Even though I think to myself, and I know we're not there as a people, we're not there as a humankind yet. I think it sucks that you have to feel grateful that your parents accept you for who you are. 'Cause shouldn't they anyway? And that's not even just with being gay. Like, I related to Malaysia's story because I was bullied by my mother. And so when we move over to Mistress, and Mistress talks about how you experience all kinds of negativity in the outside world, and then you come to your home and you experience that negativity at home too, it's really damaging and very hurtful. And Mistress talks about how she had to leave the house at 17 because her mom found her drag stuff and just like put it on the table and like made some very like ridiculous comments. And I'm like, I felt the same way. Like, I felt like at home, out in the streets, no place was safe. And my house was only safe when my mother wasn't there. She was such a dark cloud of like negativity that, and she can't eat. Like, I think I think the generations before, I think millennials, and I've talked about this ad nauseum. So stop me if I'm a broken record, but I might have some new audience on this one, in this video. But I just feel like the generations before us, before millennials, including Generation X, like they just dealt with trauma in their own way. They didn't try to fix it because they didn't have the resources and know what we know now to fix those issues, right? So it's like hurt people. And it's our generation that's like, no, we're stopping the hurt here because therapy isn't this elusive thing that only belongs to the rich. Now we all have access to it. We all have access to like reality TV. We can see ourselves in the way folks behave, and we could be disgusted by it, or we could support it, like whatever that is. I mean, for those of you guys who are watching Love After Lockup, we see it manifesting itself in Monique. She can't even see the negativity she's bringing into her relationship because she's so hurt. So it's like, when you start to recognize how hurt people, that's when you start to recognize that in yourself, right? So anyways, that is what I thought of, because I was like, it happens to, there's no reason why people who choose to procreate and to bring life into this world should be so awful to their children, especially if they do it more than one time to have kids. Now, I understand everybody doesn't have access to birth control, and like there's different things that go on. Yes, outside of that, people who choose to have kids, people who think they're ready, and then they do, and they don't do everything they can to protect that child, even from themselves, is so interesting to me. And the fact that, like, I wish we could get to a place where we didn't have to award parents for loving their kids in the way that they should. I think that you just should. But anyways, that's me. I don't have any kids, so if mothers out there or parents out there feel differently, then that's fine. Now, T.S. Madison. Let's talk about them titties. Okay. T.S. Madison's titties are so big. How big are they? Just kidding. Look at these titties. Now, there's a lot of oil on them, and there's also what I'm thinking is some very strategically placed highlighter. Also, look at this makeup. Besides this face, I know I picked the craziest screenshot. You know, people make more crazy faces than anything. But this chunky ass glitter over, does she do her own makeup? Who does her makeup? This is a slay. This whole face looks amazing. Also, did you notice that T.S. Madison is not considered a guest? Like, with extra special guests, some boring ass bitch I've never heard of in my entire life, right? Like, that woman, I didn't take a picture of her because I didn't mean to talk about her, but whoever that other person was on the other side of T.S. Madison, I mean, she looked like her hair was too heavy for her head. Am I wrong? I didn't know who that was, girl, but her hair was too heavy. She was like, thanks, Rue. I'm so happy to be here. So T.S. Madison, it wasn't like extra special guest, T.S. Madison. It was like, I think they're doing a revolving door. And if I'm right, I hope that I'm right. I think they're doing a revolving door of Carson Kressley, of Ross Matthews, and T.S. Madison. We haven't seen Carson yet. So maybe Carson's not there. But we know Michelle is a staple. We know Rue is a staple, right? They are permanent cast members of the panel. But they always alternate, usually between Carson and Ross. And I'm like, is TS now the person? Because girl, I love it. I love TS's point of view. I think she looks stunting, honey, beautiful. She gives the girlies what the girlies want. We love to see it. I think she's I hope she is. I really hope she is. I think she's a rotating judge too. I'm glad we were able to clock that. Okay, so Sasha wins. I don't agree. Who's Sasha? Oh. So Sasha wins the wait. But Sasha wins. I don't agree with Lux, but Astides Runway. What was I trying to say? Okay, so Sasha wins the challenge. She's on the same group with Anitra. I think Marsha. I'm missing Marsha. I wonder which one Marsha was in. I can't recall. But anyways, so Anitra is with Lux, Sasha, Astides, and it must be Marsha. They won because their whole thing was like heaven is Palm Springs, hilarity. And I just came back from the Trixie Motel, and I say just, I mean in October, which doesn't mean just, it means a couple months ago. But yes, it is gay heaven. So so Sasha, we don't know that theirs is going to be the best one, and it is the best one. It's the most funny, it's the most cohesive. Like I definitely want to go to that heaven. 100%. The ones who lose is Amethyst team because it's all over the place, but Lucy is in the top from it. Isn't that interesting? Lux is also in the top. So we've got 2 girls from the winning team that are in the top and 1 girl from the losing team that's in the top. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then we've got Poppy in the bottom. We've got Amethyst in the bottom. And then we also had Jax because Jax didn't actually have any lines, but they really loved Jax's runway. So let's just go over the runways right now. All right. So we've got our girl Anitra who was giving boy with the hair. She was also giving like rich Thea energy, you know, a little bit of a lesbian cut, but then the body and the outfit was wonderful. It was flowing. We're here for it. Again, the category was Metallica. Then we got Astides. And I said, Astides, you probably would have been in the top, but this runway is terrible. Is all of Astides' runways gonna be some kind of homage, or can it just be beauty? Can she just wear a bomb-ass dress? I mean, the dress can give an homage too, but can it give what it needs to give? Like, what is this? She's supposed to be a sparkly-ass lamppost? I don't even... why is it so silver? Like the lampposts in LA are like covered with stickers. There is not a lamppost in LA that has this top ball on the top of it. And it's all like sad ass metallic with tons of stickers promoting somebody's whatever. Anywho, so she's Astides Beautiful Boulevard. She's Rodeo Drive. And I just said, did you make this too? Because I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. It's very craft store. And I think the reason why she wasn't in the bottom was because she did so well in the challenge. Now, the next person we have is Sasha. She won. I thought she looked beautiful. T.S. Madison said that she looked like a phoenix rising out of the asses. Hilarious. But I'm also like, is someone going to clock her for this bathing suit? Is someone going to clock her for a bathing suit and wings? And I know Michelle wants to, but she hasn't yet. And I'm like, why haven't you? Be consistent, Michelle. If you're going to clock people, be consistent. So then we've got London, Noir, Lux. I didn't... I mean, they thought this was so fresh and fabulous. And like, was underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed. Yes, thank you. We were all in support. Okay, so then we move on to, I don't know who this was. Was this Princess Poppy? No, this wasn't Poppy. Poppy was in the bottom. Oh, this was Amethyst. Was it Amethyst? Yes, this was Amethyst. Girl, okay. This is Poppy. Girl, Poppy, you came out with this season 15? At best, that's a season 5 look. No, at best, no. I'm gonna say, like, is it Bob's? Is it 6? Is it Bianca's? Is it 5? Is it Jinx? No. It's Laganja's season. What season was Laganja on? 7? 8? It was on that is at best season 8. At best. No, mama. No. You've got folks like with these outfits on, and here you come with this old little sad little somebody that you look. What this looks like is the found challenge. It looks like the unconventional materials, and she found a bunch of like shades for the windows. You know, like when it's hot in your car, and you put them shades up in the window to reflect the sunlight out of your car. It's like she found a bunch of them with some like blue dusters. Girl, no. And then we've got our good friend Marsha, who was told to put more makeup on, and this is her idea of more makeup. Ma'am, ma'am, can you change your brow line? Something, give us something. Go on ahead and sit over there and talk with Mistress and talk with Malaysia. They'll tell you how to change your face. This is the full fit. I thought it was cute. It didn't blow me away. I kind of wish that they were, I hate little short outfits. I want them to be long. I don't know why, or high and low. Then we had Jax. Now, Jax, they really liked this outfit because she had metallic arms. And she said it was made for her namesake, which was the Street Fighter character. And I said, okay. I mean, this was cute or whatever. It was better than this. Was it not? It was more interesting. Definitely. So then we move on to Sugar. Again, cannot hate. Yes, boots the house down. If you're going to wear a little metallic outfit, this is the way to wear it, Poppy. If you're going to wear a little metallic outfit, you're going to wear it like this. I loved it. Then we've got Robin, which is like, okay, girl, it's cool, but forgettable. And then we've got Mistress, and she was like, I love to mix fashion and something. And I said, what? What are you mixing? I did not get it. Great. Season 6. Thank you, Busola. Hi. Hello. I wasn't feeling it, but it wasn't as bad as this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going back to Poppy. And you know the reason why I'm going to keep going back to Poppy is because I rooted for her. Poppy has made me put my foot in my mouth. Dubois has made me put my foot in my mouth, and I'm very upset about it. So next person is Malaysia again with this transformation. Okay. Look at this outfit. It was a little too much for me, but it was drag, you know? Then we've got Spice. And this is cute. Again, if you're going to wear a little blue and silver outfit, make it look like this. Not like this. All right, then we've got Aura, which she keeps telling us how she's like an alien moon princess or like a queen from the moon, and I don't see it at all. Like, girl, the moon? What moon? Earth's moon? No, you must be talking about somebody else's moon, not Earth's moon, sis. Earth's moon is the boringest moon in the galaxy. Okay, so I really do feel like Jax was saved by that outfit. That's the reason why she didn't go home. Then we had Poppy and Amethyst going through it, and at some point, Poppy decides that she's going to take Rue's favorite artist and start doing the craziest stuff that doesn't even actually make any sense. Like, why did she go down into the like not in trouble pit and like, I don't know, twerk on them folk? I don't know why she did that. And Amethyst's wins. They also give her a no and tell her to stop contouring her nose like that. They try to give her some self-esteem because she hates her nose. How much you want to bet this girl is going to go get her nose fixed when she gets a little money? And listen, I'm not saying that she shouldn't, because you can only live your life if you feel good about it. And she obviously doesn't feel good about it. But anyways, that was the end. Amethyst wins. Poppy goes home. Poison Ivy. No, this is another take. This is another take. Let's see. Look at it. Poison Ivy. Okay, I see it. It's just not Moon Goddess or Moon Queen or whatever the hell she's trying to call herself. I don't know. I think Aura could have gone. Can we swap it out? I think there should be like a viewer's choice, not a miscongeniality, but like maybe at some way midway through they give us the opportunity. I mean, it's already too late. Like, right, the show's already happened or it's already been filmed. But I really wish that we could trade out like Aura and give me back Dubois. We can, yeah. Amethyst has one more week to disappoint me. What is she going to do for Snatch Game? I mean, what is Aura going to do for Snatch Game? What is Jax going to do for Snatch Game? These are queens that I don't think can do it. What is Lux going to do for Snatch Queen for Snatch Game? What are these girls going to do? I mean, let's see. Who do we think? Let's everybody right now in the room. There's 16 of us. For those of you guys who have access to your keyboard, you want to put down what you think. Who do you think is going to do well in Snatch Game? I think that Lucy would have done really well on drag by doing Dolly, but is she going to do Dolly again? Or did she already blow her load with doing Dolly into this week? Because here's the truth. You don't know when Snatch Game is going to come up. You can only guess it's in the middle of the show. And you don't know when you're going to have to just create a character. Like, it's not as though they've had to create characters prior to the Snatch Game. So she might have just used Dolly because she's like, I did really bad last episode. And so I have to pull something out. So I'll just pull out Dolly. Who knows if I'm going to actually have her in the Snatch Game. But now that they're back to back, what if she does Dolly again? What are Sugar and Spice going to do? Are they going to... Okay, here's a hot take. Sugar and Spice should be those two girls who did the Real Life or the Good Life or the Surreal Life or the Paris and Nicole. They should do Paris and Nicole, who are two like world famous like couplings. They could do Paris and Nicole. They could do Tommy Lee and Pamela. They could do any duo group and it would be funny. Even if they didn't sit next to each other. Okay. Let's see. Who's going to excel in this? I think, what is Anitra going to do? Like, I just don't know. What if Malaysia does T.S. Madison? Hilarious. You know, I just want to know what everyone's going to do. The twins are going to serve on the Snatch Game. Okay, dress show age. Here, let me write that down. Let me write down what you guys said so that when we talk about it next episode, is this... Ooh, been around the... I have that song in my head again. Okay, dress your age. Twins are gonna serve Snatch Game guesses. Okay. I guess, I'm gonna put myself, Wahima. I guess that Aura is gonna do bad. I guess that Jax is gonna do bad. I can't think of anything positive, right? And I guess that Lux is going to do bad. Okay, going back to y'all. All right. I don't know about the braids though for Dion. They should share and Dion from Clueless. Oh, yeah, she can't do it. She can't do a Stacey Dash. I mean, she can. Oh, I don't know if she'd be read for that. I don't know. Not Harry and Meghan. Oh my God, Ramsterdam. This happened months ago, so there's no Harry and Meghan like references at this point. Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop. Yes, they should absolutely do that. They should absolutely do that. The twins could do Madame and Puppet thing. That's what they did in that's what Raja already did that. It's not gonna work. Raja did it in the last season of the Winners one. Anywho, that's my guess. Those are my guesses. That's all she wrote. All right, you guys. So that is the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys are watching the replay gang, please comment down below who you think are going to do well or going to do bad on the Snatch game. No spoilers, please. And I'll take the tallies and we can talk about it next week on Saturday. Will I be here next week, Saturday? I will be. I'm traveling in the middle of the week, so it's going to be fine. Yeah, we'll talk about it then. All right, so stay tuned. In about an hour, a little less than an hour, like 48 minutes, I'm going to be doing Love After Lockup. Yeah, I'm going to go live and talk about Love After Lockup right here on this channel. It's already been scheduled, so set yourself a reminder and come back and see me at 2:30 or 12:30 if you're on. Oh my God. What? I have such a hard time converting math. Anyways, 2:30 Central Time is when you should come back so that we can talk about Love After Lockup. All right, y'all have a fantastic weekend. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Jumping the line, rock your body